everybody and welcome to your yoga tonight. You don't really need anything for this practice. This is a proper wind down. All you need is an open mind and the ability to switch off from what you think you should look like. Some people are very flexible, other people are not. Some people can stand on their heads, some people cannot. This isn't about what other people are about. This is about turning in and feeling into every single posture and feeling for what feels good, and that is your posture. You really do not need to look like me. You might be more flexible than I, you might be less. All I want you to do is turn in and enjoy. If you do find that you have particularly tight hamstrings, I do recommend getting some blocks or some soup cans or something that will bring the floor closer to you. There is an option also for sort of a smaller brick, but we won't be using that in our practice today. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like you all to get into child's pose for me. So just facing the front of your towel or your mat, whatever you have available to you. Maybe you're just staying on the floor, knees wide, toes together, and just gently walk your hands forward. And just reaching forwards and just gently lowering your head down to or towards the floor. And just pushing into your fingertips a little bit and pushing back through your hips a little bit too. And starting to breathe here now. So deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. And perhaps you walk your fingertips forwards a little bit, perhaps you don't. Just feeling for where that feels good. So perhaps you're getting a nice stretch in the lower back. Perhaps you can't bring your forehead to the floor and you're like this. Just whatever feels good for you. Just starting into practice, being careful not to force anything. It's very important just to listen in and see what your body is capable of. Just maybe two breaths here, just whilst you settle yourself down. Breathing in, breathing out. And please here, just try and let go of anything that might not be serving you. Perhaps you've had a rough day or you've got loads to do, but just owe yourself and give yourself this 20 minutes on the mat today. And then walking your hands over to your right. So take your right hand and place it on the outside of the mat. And then just gently bring your left arm over and just placing that left hand on the right hand, pushing back through your left sit bone. So really feeling that stretch down your side body there. And being careful not to strain your neck. So just gently letting your head drop down and just feel for a lovely stretch in your side body there. Deep breath in, long breath out. Breathing in, and as you breathe in, feel that stretch get a little deeper. And as you breathe out, feel it loosen off and let it go. Walk your hands to centre, lift up, and then take that left hand over, right hand on top of your left, and just gently doing the same there. So pushing your right sit bone down now. And you might be all the way to the floor like I am. You might have your toes tucked, but that's fine. All I'm asking is that you feel for any stretches that may be coming towards you. And just going with that, just going for what feels good rather than what we do in our lives, go a bit faster, maybe train a bit harder, work a bit more efficiently. But with this, it's just about letting go and just listening to your body's feedback and going with that. And walking your hands to centre. So this time, taking your hands as wide as they can, and nice space between your arms. We're just going to gently roll forwards, coming forward so that you're coming onto your belly. I'm just going to pop these blocks out of the way here. So onto your belly, just gently with your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows will be tracking back, and just push in to your hands, but keep your pelvis on the floor here. And you might have your toes tucked or untucked. If you are tight down the fronts of your legs, this is a really good chance to get a really nice stretch down those shins. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Shoulders relax. Now I'm going to ask you just to hover your hands off the floor here. So nice and strengthening into your back body, just breathing in, making sure that your neck is a direct extension of your spine here. And this really is how high you should be going. This is called Cobra Pose or Bhujangasana in Sanskrit. Taking your hands underneath your shoulders, push into those hands again, gently lift up, keeping that pelvis on the floor. Elbows should be tracking down, shoulders nice and relaxed. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, push up into a tabletop pose. So hands should be underneath your shoulders here. And we're going to go into a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, lift your heart, open your chest and just pushing your belly down towards the floor. And as you exhale, tuck and curl, chin to your chest, feeling that stretch for your back body. Inhale, lift up. Breathe in. And as you exhale, tuck and curl, breathe out, really pushing your pelvis in a little bit here, feeling that stretch between your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to thread that arm underneath the left arm. Bring your right shoulder to or towards the floor. And if you want, you can take the left hand over your head, just wherever you're feeling this today. If your shoulder's not quite touching the floor, just try and enjoy that stretch there. Inhale. And if you want to increase that stretch, you can just simply roll your shoulder to the mat. So that's just really opening up through the back of that shoulder. If you're big into swimming, that's a really good stretch there. Now taking that left hand underneath your shoulder, inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, gently set that hand down to the floor. So we'll swap it over to the other side now. So reaching that left arm up. I like to take it up and forward. Inhale. And as you exhale again, threading the needle, taking that shoulder down to the floor. And then if you feel you need it, just reaching up and over. You don't really have to be doing anything. Just maybe you push your fingertips into the floor a little bit more. Just feeling that stretch down your upper shoulder blade. And then just simply, if you want to increase that stretch, roll that forehead to the floor once more. But instead of trying to think of whether you are or aren't doing it right, try and close your eyes and think about how it feels. As long as you're safe, as long as you don't feel it's doing any harm, just go for the feeling of the stretch. That's all you need to do. Now taking that right hand underneath your shoulder, reach your left arm up to the sky, inhale. And as you exhale, taking that hand down to the floor. So we're going to take it into a downward facing dog, or I often call it Adho Mukha Svanasana. So tucking your toes under, lift your knees up and take your hips up and back. So here my heels very rarely touch the floor. They could if I walked my feet in, but I don't tend to do that. I like to get the stretch in the back of my legs, and this can be quite hard going on your shoulders, so it's really important to rock your centre of gravity back a little bit. And just make sure as well that you're not looking up, so your head should be just dangling through your arms. Taking a deep breath in, pushing through your hands. Exhale, take your hips up. Inhale, pushing down through your heels. Exhale, hips go up to the sky. Inhale, let your head dangle. Perhaps you shake it, yes. And shake it now. Inhale deeply. And open your mouth, exhale completely. Now lifting up to your tippy toes, I want you to gently walk your tippy toes all the way to the front of your towel mat, whatever you're doing. And then when you feel like you can't touch the floor anymore, or you need to bend your knees, gently bend your knees down, forward fold, and touch the floor. And don't stress about bending your knees here. This is not the time to try and be an aerobic or a ballerina. This is the time to listen to your hips. Perhaps you sway left and right like I'm doing here. Letting your head drop down. Perhaps you take hold of your elbows and just rock side to side. But just really tuning into your body and feeling for anything that you may be feeling, anything tight. And if you're feeling a lot in your hamstrings, then just take your hands and just give your hamstrings some love. Give them a rub. And then when you feel like that's enough for you, you can either take your soup cans or your bricks or whatever you are, and then inhale, look forwards, nice flat back. And if you're flexible, you might not want the blocks. You may be here. And as you exhale, just bend your knees and fold, making these a nice sort of gentle stretch on your hamstrings. And you may even be right down like this, and that's okay as well. Everything's necessary. It's all relevant to you. So pushing into all four corners of your feet, gently rolling up, pulling your hips forwards, reach your arms up to the sky, and then gently bring your hands down to your sides. So we're going to go for a few half salutations now. So hopefully you're sort of starting to move a little bit. So inhale, raise your arms out to the side, reach up and really get that stretch for your side body. And as you exhale, reach forwards first, taking your hips backwards, and then take your hands down to the floor, forward fold. Bend your knees here nice and deeply. Inhale, look forwards and straightening, pushing your hips back towards the wall behind you. Nice straight legs here. If you can't have straight legs and you're bending over like that, please, please, please bring the floor to you and use blocks. And as you exhale, gently forward fold. Push for your heels, gently roll up, raise your arms up to the sky, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, going down, down, down. Bend your knees here, forward fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten, hips go back. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Push for your heels, raise your arms up to the sky, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down together. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Halfway lift, inhaling. Exhale, we fold. Push for your heels, raise your arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands come down together. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Now you should be feeling some of that flow now. So what we're going to do is just gently step back into that Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And we're going to reach that right leg up and back. So don't worry about how straight it is, but taking that up and back. Inhale. And as you exhale, pull your knee to your nose and you're going to step that foot through. And you might find that you need to take your hand behind your heel and bring it through, but what you want is to have your foot in line with your hands. So make sure that it's there. And you're going to turn on that left foot now. So the knife edge of your back foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. And bending into your front knee, we're going to gently come up. We're going to bring your arms out to the side. So warrior two here. And this is quite a tricky one because the tendency is to push your hips back. What I want you to do is pull your hips forwards, Bend into that front knee. So if you look down that knee, you'll be looking over the little toes and not your big toes. Inhale, reach up, straightening that front leg. Really pushing into the knife edge of that back foot. And exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend, arms come out to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. Now we're going to take that front foot and turn it to face the long edge of the mat. So you're going to turn to face me. And we're going to take your hands down to your hips. Lift your heart, open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're just going to forward fold here. So taking your hands down to the floor. So the tendency is to want to rock your hips back, and I want you to keep them forward. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, gently forward fold. So just taking your head down, making sure again that you're letting your head just drop, not holding any tension in your neck. And what we're going to do is you're going to bend your left knee slightly, keeping the right leg straight. Bend your right leg. Bend your left. Bend your right. Come to center. Inhale, lift up. So just straightening your legs, pushing your hips back, feeling for that lovely stretch in the back of your legs. And then we're going to gently walk round to the front of the mat now. So turning all 10 toes to face the front and gently lower the back knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. So coming into a low lunge and just tucking your tail here, reaching your arms up. And then when you feel ready, just gently lunging into that front leg. So you should feel a really nice stretch down the front of your left leg here. Reaching up, inhale. And as you exhale, take your left hand down to the floor, tuck your back toes and lift the back knee, and reach up with your right hand. Taking that right hand down to the floor, you're going to take that right leg up to the sky, kick it back, inhale, and exhale, right foot meets the left. Inhale, left leg rises, feel the stretch in the back of the leg, the right leg. Bend your knee, pull it through. So using your core there, stepping it through to the front of the mat. Now you're going to see the back of me now, so you'll get a better idea of how your hips should look. So turning on that back foot once more, really grounding into the front of this, all four corners of your front foot and the knife edge of the back foot. Cartwheel your hands out to the side, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale, lunge a little deeper. Inhale, raise your arms, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend, keeping your body in line with your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Turn those front feet to face the long edge of the mat on the other side. You're going to bring your hands down to your hips. Lift your hips, really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, and as you exhale, take your hands down to the floor and forward fold. And I'm just, for the sake of this practice, just going to turn around a while. You'll see my back end all the time. So just literally just taking your hips, your head down towards the floor, keeping your hips in line with your feet. So try to rock your weight onto the front of your toes here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. So we're going to bend into the right leg. Bend into the left leg. Bend into the knees can be as deep or as shallow as you want them to, just as long as you're getting that movement on the inside of your legs. Bending into your right. Bending into your left. Now walking your hands to the front of the mat now, turning all 10 toes to face the front And then taking that left leg up to the sky. Pull your knee to your nose, stepping it through, lowering your back knee down. Reach your arms up to the sky into that low lunge, feeling for that lovely stretch down the front of your leg there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Now taking your hands down to the floor, right hand comes on the inside of that left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your right knee and reaching up with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Taking that left hand now down to the floor. Take your left leg up and back. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forwards, lower your knees. And then we're just going to do another round of cat-cow. So inhale, lift your heart, open your chest. Exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale, lift your heart, open your chest. Exhale, tuck and curl. Now once again, bring your toes together and your knees wide. And push your hips back towards the wall behind you, coming back to where we started into your child's pose. Just taking the time to feel for the difference in your body now. Letting go of anything that's not serving you right now. And for anything good you feel like has come out of your practice today, absorb it, keep it here, and take it through into the rest of your day, perhaps your night. And really enjoy the space that this practice is giving you today. Walking your hands back towards your body. Just bring your hands behind you, lift your heart, open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then just coming to sit in an easy posture, whatever is easy to you. That could be cross-legged, perhaps it's on your shins. Tap your fingers to the earth, reach your arms up to the sky, inhale. And exhale gently, bring your hands down to the floor and fold. Come to sit, hands to your knees, close your eyes, deep breath in, and open your mouth, exhale. Thank you for joining me today on this short practice. Have a lovely day.